Hi guys, something really weird is happening at the moment. Ever since last week when I did the Ronald McGillvrey, you're not allowed to say his name, and ever since then everything's been going wrong.
I see you, Spencer.
Hi guys, and welcome to another Austrian horror. I'm sorry about the camera angle, but when we built our house, we built a greenhouse. It's just full of windows and there's sunlight everywhere, so it's just going to have to be like it is. The only thing I can possibly think of is if any of you know a filter you can get from the internet which blocks out the sun. Nightmare Land series. So I'm just going to have to deal with it. Coming up, we've got 3 reviews. We've got Stephanie Ellis's Paused. We've got Brian Bowyer's. Oh, jeez, really? Brian Bowyer's. There you go. I've done it again. Brian Bowyer's Flesh Rehearsal, and we've got Tales from the Parkland by He Who Must Not Be Named. I said it. There it is. First up, Stephanie Ellis's Paused. Now, this is such a great concept. When I read the blurb on Amazon, I thought this sounds such a great book, exactly my kind of thing. So I rushed out and bought the pre-order, and I got it through. I think it was last week, and I read it. I think within one day. It was blitzed through. It's so well written. The synopsis revolves around the idea that a virus pauses people, that they stop in whatever position or during whatever they were doing, and they're basically on pause. They are stopped. They physically can't control their bodies, but they can still hear, they can still think, and they're basically trapped inside their bodies. And a rush to try and solve the problem before it becomes a pandemic, which I'm not going to spoil it, but it's such a great. I'm a living example. Is that what you're trying to do? Fantastic. Thank you so much, Stephanie. You got me in a lovely position. Look at that face. Only a mother could love that. What's going to happen if I can't watch the Deadheads podcast? I'm lucky because I'm making a YouTube video and I'm paused, so I can still kind of wish for things that... No, stop that. No, I'm not going to think about that either. Okay, you get the idea. It's such a great concept. It's such a great little glitch to put onto the world, and the world building is wonderful. The character work is fantastic. This is just a blast. I gave it 5 stars, and I think it's well deserved. Stephanie, really great idea, really great presentation. There was nothing that I could fault in this. Perfect. Next up, I've got Tales from the Parkland by Ronald McGillvrey. See, I can actually say it when I want to. This is a collection of 11 shorts and 1 larger novella, which is put at the back of the book. And I have to say, the progression through the book does make it feel like the writing is getting progressively better. When you get the novella, you are actually ready for a long story from Ronald. I've got to say that standout stories for me were A Night Out, which is a werewolf story, which is really well done. It's because Ronald gives us the perspective of a character who is abhorrent. Is really a horrible character. He's basically out there wanting to date rape his potential victim, and that gets turned around. So to deal with a character like that, I thought was really well done. Also, Acid Rain. Rain is another short which is just wonderful about taking it very literally, that rain is acid, and what do you do? How do you run? Where do you run? Especially if there's a big storm and it's just not stopping. Great story, the tension ramped up. That was really one of my favourites. Ronald, really great stuff. Hats off. I gave the entire collection 4 stars out of 5, and I think we can all really anticipate his next book, which I'm hoping is coming out this year, but I'll just have to give him stress and pressure until he does. Which brings us to the last review for this video, Flesh Rehearsal by Brian Bowyer. Now, I have to say that Brian has a specific way of writing. He writes very minimalistically. It's very much like I've commented before on reading a Brecht novel. He writes very often, for example, to end the scene, they left. So people you couldn't get it smaller. He narrows the narrative down to the bare minimum in better to portray extreme horror. And it is extreme. So Brian manages to get a lot into however many pages are in this book. It's very, very well done. I think you have to be aware before you go into a Bowyer book that it's extreme. That's how he writes. The characters are also extreme. We have a character called the Lobotomizer who's going around lobotomizing people. Flesh Rehearsal, I believe I saw an interview with Brian, I think it was Steve that did it, where he was saying that it's very stream of conscious writing. He doesn't even know himself where the story's going to go. The story took him where it went. And it works. I can't say it better than that. I mean, you would think that kind of... I'm sure that Brian had certain bus stops on the way. He knew where he was going. And then it diverged and he just went, okay, well, let's go with it. Let's see where it went. And it went, where does it go? I'm sure that Brian had a blast when he wrote those kind of things because I had a blast reading it. Whilst I would hate to be a character in a Brian Bowyer book, I have to say that it makes for just wonderful reading. It is extreme violence, it is extreme characters, it is drug-fueled, alcohol-induced mayhem, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I give this 5 stars, Brian, fantastic. I cannot wait to see what you've got for me next. Brian's very productive. I believe he's got 5 books already written and he's working on another 3. Just keep it coming.